Okay, part 3 resuming. So, like I said back there, it's just, that's a toolbox that has screws and staples, and that's pretty much what's in there. There's no tools, it's just all like screws and media, that kind of stuff. So, and so you saw that bag or that box of brushes and stuff. So, that does it for there. I'm going to grab a sip of Mountain Dew and catch my breath for a minute, and then I'm going to go on to my DeWalt toolbox. Okay, so I'm going to open that up. Now, like I was telling you with my blow molded, I used to keep them down here, but as you'll see, I need a bigger toolbox, or I need additional tool storage. Obviously, I should have a few cabinets or stuff with all this crap. But now, I showed you all my automotive blow mold cases in part 2 and stuff like that, and my specialty automotive tools. Now we're going to get into the hand tools of what I got here in my DeWalt toolbox. So we're going to start up top here. Sorry, I'm getting a hit of a cigarette here. It's been about an hour. I did part 1 and 2. This has been a big tour. Up top. Alright, best way I can describe how I'm doing this here is I've actually got, and I'm going to pull this out. Alright, so I've got 2 places for sockets. Okay. And because I just, obviously didn't have room to put all that in one drawer or one area, so I had to split it in 2. So the way I did it is up here is all my metric sockets. Now, my sockets, 99% of them, let me get into focus here, Cobalt. Okay, these have been great sockets for me. They have a nice chrome finish. The only thing I don't like is, you see that laser finish of the 19? That's eventually going to wear off. And, Cobalt, if you're watching, you should roll stamp that stuff. It might cost a little extra, but your tools are awesome, but you should roll stamp it like you should roll stamp your logo, because they're going to wear off. So, but anyway, so they're all Cobalt sockets with the exception of, now I'll try and get back here. I'm going to utilize my flashlight. It's going to help us a lot. Okay, so I'm going to get back here. Okay, these sockets back here, these short impacts, those are Harbor Freight Pittsburgh Pro impacts, the short ones, 1/2-inch drive. Okay, and I've got some missing out of the metric set that they provide. I think it starts with a 10 and goes all the way up to 19, skips 20, goes to 21, 22, skips 23, 24, 25, and includes 27. The Cobalt set included everything to 25, so I've got 10, no skips, all the way to 25, and then I've got a 27 Pittsburgh, a 30, and a 32 Pittsburgh. So my impacts for my 1/2-inch drive are 6-point. Now, my 1/2-inch chrome, the only thing I have left I want to get for any of my chrome is 6-point chrome. On my 1/2-inch, I've only got 12-point, and I'm going to get a set of shallow and deep 6-point for my chrome. And I've determined, because I can't get really, I did as much as I could to get a full collection of Cobalt, with no skips as I could, buying different sets and stuff, that they just don't have the 6-point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy a Tekton set or an Icon set. Probably a Tekton, because they have such a full set for 6-point on both metric and standard, and they include a breaker bar and a ratchet and everything for $200. Plus they have the 10% thing, so I'm probably going to go Tekton on that. But the majority of my sockets, again, are Cobalt, and I like the quality of them. They've done a good job, and I know I don't put them on an impact gun, so I use them as they're supposed to be, and they work great. Now off the rail, I've got a 27, a 30, and a 32. Now over here, I've got the Cobalt splines and metric, and that's a pretty full set on the shallows. And I got a whole box set, but you know, they give you a nice set on the shallows, but they only give you it's like the first half of the deeps. So I've only got 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14 on the deeps for the spline. So and that's 3/8 drive. And then for a 3/8 drive, 12 point, you know, pretty full sets there on the 12 point from Cobalt. And I've got a 6-point set from Cobalt, shallow and deep. There's some missing, like I said, they have skips and it's tough to get everything complete from them. And then I got a 6-point 1/4 inch drive from them. Pretty complete set there, minus a couple. So over here, I've got a Pittsburgh flip nut socket set from Harbor Freight. It's for lug nuts, and that thing's been great. That's a set of Irwin easy or speed outs or whatever. It's the socket that takes off rounded bolts. I've got the full complete set. I've got the initial and then the add-on set, so I've got 10 or 12 of them in there. Let's see. Now, my bit sockets and stuff like that over here are gonna be, let me see if I can get this flashlight in a fixed position so I don't give anybody some kind of freaking head episode here. Now, my bit sockets and stuff have a little vary to them. My impact stars are Harbor Freight, and I don't think I can see that where it goes. Alright, so my impact stars are from Harbor Freight. These hexes right here in the back are all Icon. The hexes that are next to the star impacts are all Icon. My long ball hex are Cobalts. My short hexes are primarily Cobalts, and I've also got some special hex extractors from Cobalts. Except for these last 3, I think they're Dorlast. Yeah, those are Dorlast, I think. The AutoZone Dorlast brand. They make good sockets, in my opinion. So the last big 3, just so I can complete my metric Allen set. Got some impact swivels. I've got a variety of chrome swivels, and the variety includes Cobalt, Gear Wrench, Mac Tools. I've got all my adapters right here. Mainly those are Cobalt. So, you know, I've got them 3/4 to half and half to 3/8 and blah, blah, blah. My tamper-proof Torx Cobalt set there. I've got a couple different ones there. I think one's a Duralast and one's something else. Gear Wrench triple squares right there. And those last 3 triple squares with the security are Titans. And then I got some Gear Wrench E-Torx, a complete set there. And I got some AmPro, a small set of E-Torx. I got a Proto small 3/8 breaker bar. Got a Pittsburgh real big half. And then I've got a Cobalt 1/2 inch breaker, non-comfort grip. That's about, I think about 18 inches. So I think that does it for up here. And that does. So we'll get down to, give me 1 second here. Grab another drink. Okay. This is my quality ratchet drawer. So I got Icon 1/4 inch flex head, and I've got the roto ratchets, all 3 sizes from Icon: 1/4, 3/8, 1/2 inch, all comfort grip drive. Over here, Cobalt 90 tooth. Cobalt 90 tooth that came with the Universal, slightly bit longer. I like that ratchet. Cobalt 1/2 inch standard ratchet. Craftsman 3/8 comfort grip standard ratchet. Snap-on. This is the 72 tooth. I got this with my toolbox from where I got my toolbox from, and let me get close to the head to here. You can see it. but it's pretty cool. It's got like a red kind of snap on. But this ratchet, it's not the 80, I think it's the 72 or whatever. So, but it still feels great. It's a great ratchet, but I just thought that was cool because I never seen it like that with the red badge like that before. It's not a quick release, but see what the part number is on this. Come on. Focus. Well, I'm going to have to tell you what the part number is. It's F730 USA. F730. So anyway, I just thought I'd share that because I haven't seen one like that on YouTube. I always see the all metal one that says snap on, but anyway, that's a pretty good 3/8 ratchet. I like that. I also have the snap on Comfort Grip 1/2" drive ratchet, and it's got the quick release right here. So this is the 80 tooth because it's nice and smooth. You can definitely hear it. Let me see. This one says S. Let me see if I can zoom in on it. SHR80A. Nice 1/2" ratchet. I love that thing. Those are my two prize ratchets right there, my snap-ons. And then, make no mistakes, those Icon ratchets are really freaking nice. And I got those Roto ratchets because, you know, hey, especially if you're doing stuff, you can even use this quarter with some 3/8 stuff, but hey, man, that could become the greatest, you know, screwdriver when you're trying to twirl sockets out, twirl your passion out with the socket. That's awesome. You know, these Roto heads for that reason. So that's why I got the Roto heads, because it's like a flex head, but it just has its option of its own, you know. So that's why I got all three of those in the Icon. The Roto heads. I don't have any really other 3/8 from Icon other than that, because they still haven't really put some back on the shelves after they had some recalls. So most of these, my standard length ratchets here, as you can tell, these are not really any extended kind of ratchets. These are all standards. My next drawer down is going to be all that kind of stuff. So right here I got a Cobalt. That's a flex 3/8 extended long ratchet. That thing's awesome. It feels great. It's got 90 tooth technology on the head. It's great. I think it's 90 tooth, but it's got a great ratchet to it. So right here is the Pittsburgh Harbor Freight Flex 1/2", and I think that's a 72. Great ratchet. Here's their Pittsburgh 3/8 flex head extended long reach ratchet, which is great too. No quick release on that or any of these Pittsburgh ratchets. And then I have the long version of that dual headed ratchet, and if you see anybody else about this is a Harbor Freight product, Pittsburgh again, but anybody else that'll tell you on the YouTube, and they've done this comparison before. Let me grab another 3/8 ratchet. I'll grab the snap-on ratchet as a comparison, but if I lay these out side to side or back to back one another, you can see how much thinner that ratchet head is on the Pittsburgh, and plus it's a flex head. So, but anyway, we're talking two things here on this ratchet. We're talking the length of it for one, so you're going to get awesome leverage and torque power, but number two, you can put a low profile socket on there and get in some tight places with that. And it's a flex head too. On top of that, it's 3/8 on one side and quarter on the other. Both sides flex heads, and obviously it's reversible on both sides. The ratcheting mechanism, which is great. Here is an old but still working Craftsman 1/4" torque wrench. So I don't have a case for that. That's why it resides in here, because my other torque wrenches are in blow mold cases up there. I have 5 torque wrenches altogether. This is like a 1/2" drive Pittsburgh indexing ratchet. I'm sure some of you guys have seen that on YouTube where you could change, you know, where the ratchet's located, the head anyway. This thing's pretty cool in itself. So I haven't used it yet, but I've had those times where I wish I had some kind of better access or better leverage on a bolt. So, you know, there's going to be time where we're going to need that. So I got some side terminal battery ratchets from Harbor Freight here. Let me see if I can wiggle this drawer out a little bit more. So right here I got a Stanley. It's the only Stanley product I got. It's actually been good to me. That's why I haven't got rid of it. It's a locking flex head. So the flex head actually locks. It's 3/8, but it's also one of these ratchets that extends, you know, when you flip this handle out. So like I said, this has been good to me. So, and believe me, if I had to lay some torque onto something, I'm going to use that first, because I'd rather that ratchet first, bust first before any of my other ones. Here's another Pittsburgh, and this is one of these dual flex handle head ratchets. You know, I'm telling you, it's going to be one time where we're going to be in a tight spot where we wish we had a ratchet to do that. So that's why I got like that one and this indexing one. Wanted to get something just like these stubbies. Catus Maximus did a review on this one, and that's why I actually, after Catus Maximus's review, I went out to O'Reilly's and bought this ratchet. It's a Power Torque, I think is the brand, but it's a stubby ratchet, and it's a 3/8, and man, that thing is small. I mean, and not only that, you see that cap right there? Watch this. Boom, yeah. It's a square drive, so you can actually put an extension on there, right? And you could make that a long-handled ratchet instantly. Or you could put another socket on there and twist with your hand or whatever, you know what I mean? But this is such an awesome ratchet just for what it is. So I really appreciate Catus Maximus. You should check out his channel. He does excellent tool reviews. He's very, very thorough on the reviews he does on products. And again, I ran to O'Reilly's to get that, because when I saw his review, I had to have it. It was awesome. I'm glad I have it. Pittsburgh 1/4" composite. This is like a super light ratchet. It's pretty cool in itself. I got it for that reason, because it's a super light ratchet. You know, if you got a lot of 1/4" stuff work to do, a couple hours worth, this might make the difference in the world. And it wasn't that dirty, you know what I mean? I don't know, I'd even get grease on it, because it's got, you know, pretty grippy kind of rubber comfort handle. But it's a nice light ratchet, worth giving a try. Standard 1/4" cobalt, because I had all 3 sizes. So here's an old round, and that's an old Craftsman USA. It's a flex head round, kind of like mini 3/8 ratchet. Here's one of those dual head ratchets. Again, this was kind of like a gimme. I don't ever think I would use this thing, but it's in here. And then I got a couple of old Proto 3/8 ratchets. They got a nice click to them, and they're just a standard size. Got a nice knurl on the bottom. Again, I got 2 of them, so in case if one breaks, I can use one to rebuild, vice versa. So pretty cool ratchet. But that does it for my ratchets. Next drawer down is my pliers drawer. I'm not going to stay long in here. My Irwin Cobras. I got 12s, 10s, 8s, and 6s. I love those things. I got the, let me move some of this stuff out of the way. I've got the long needle nose and angle needle nose. Those are Irwins. The hose clamp pliers are Pittsburgh. Work great so far, so I love them. They're in my toolbox. I got some Husky slip joint pliers. Probably the only other Husky I've got. I don't have much Husky. And then I got some channel lock diagonals. I got some Cobalt and some more Hillmore wire strips in here. Some metal shears. Some hemostats. And then I've got little tiny hammer. I love this little thing. It's like a little hard and soft blow. This thing's a really tiny hammer, but it's really cool in its own right. Couple mirrors. I'm not gonna unbox it, but or unzip it. But this is a Cobalt mini plier set, kind of like what you see here with the channel locks. So there's mini end nippers, mini needle nose and stuff like that zipped up in this kit. But what I do want to do is I want to get under it to give you a little glimpse of a little something that's wonderful under here. I got those Wiha lineman's pliers, and let me tell you, the Germans make a hell of a tool. When I was running their printing presses, I had a wrench, a 17 millimeter on one end, 13 millimeter. It's a dual open head that you could not destroy or bend, and it was only like 1/8 of an inch thick. The Germans know how to make steel, people. I mean, think about the U-boats and how deep they could go before we could even think about it. The Germans are the leaders on steel. So these pliers are excellent. They're industrial electric, so, you know, they'll prevent you from getting shocked if you hit some power with them. They're very nice. I got them on sale at the tool shed near me. The business that sells tools, specialty tools. I like the tool shed. They're located on Pleasantburg Drive in Greenville. They're great. So they have great stuff. Let's see what else. I've got this oil filter, you know, grabber thing I got from, I think this came from Northern Tool. That's pretty cool. I got some oil filter pliers. These are kind of like the RoboGrip style. They'll kind of close in when you hit them together. I got tons of ice grips. I got a set of 3 of the original brand. I got a set of 3 of Cobalt. Some hose clamp pliers. There's some Buell line tool there. What else? Here's some snap ring pliers that have the different interchangeable heads and by Cobalt. So I actually have those in my toolbox, and I've got those whole set from Icon in blow molded case up top. So that's it for my pliers drawer. So let's see. Top here, I got a really nice drill bit, couple of drill bit sets here. This is kind of where most of my hex stuff lives. I got Bondus ball hex screwdrivers, a complete set. Those are pretty cool. I've got Cobalt hex keys in both metric and standard. I got a bag of hex keys, loose hex keys, and I've got one of those Tekton hex key, kind of the tool where you fold the hex key out. So, but you know, I got so many hex keys, it's crazy. Got some extra drill bits in here. I keep them in a bag. This is looks like it's an 8-wire aircraft gauge. I got that with a tool haul one day. It's a Snap-on product, but I don't do anything with airlines, so I just held on to it. It's been pretty cool. Let's see, next one down here. It's my adjustable wrench drawer and specialty wrenches for, again, I keep some of my air conditioner specialty wrenches. I got some backup ones in here in case of anything happens to my main ones, but these are what open and close the service valves and condensers that let the Freon in and out of that unit. And this one just happens to be an angle kind, and I've got another one here by Hillmore, still in the package, so I keep backups. But anyway, these are my adjustable wrenches from my toolbox. Those big ones are made by Stanley, but I don't care. They're great. I mean, they're so rugged. You know, I barely had to use them, but if you got a big bolt, those are awesome. Let's see. My screwdriver drawer is a mess, but I do have some nice screwdrivers in here. Okay, so obviously I have the Snap-on with the nice soft grips. I got the full set. They're just not in the case along with the little minis, but I got the complete set of those. These are the rear brake, disc brake, spring caliper tools. I got like both sizes. I got a set of TEQ Torx screwdrivers. I got one of these awesome German or overseas Filo flatheads that's electrically rated to 1,000 volts. I've got a Cobalt nut driver, and I've also got a Snap-on with the, I can't remember, the Instagrip or whatever. I can't remember, Instinct Grip or whatever, but I got a Snap-on, you know, nut driver one too. Love the way the grip feels. But man, you guys got to check out, I'm telling you, you guys have got to check out these Wiha and Vera products from over in Germany. They're screwdrivers and stuff, because man, they're awesome. But this one's rated up to 1,000 volts, I think. But this one's made by Filo. But the European ones are awesome. Check them out. And then I've got picks in here. They're Cobalt. I got a set of picks there, just like wrestled in here. I've also got a little mini Cobalt bit driver with the bits too, and it's a ratcheting one. It comes in handy when you're doing small work on electronics. And these are kind of like, you've seen this over there in my service bag. This was my other Hilmore nut driver. I used it so much it wore off. I bought a new one and put the old one in here as a backup. But yeah, I love them so much. I use them until they wear out. This is a brand new of that 13-in-1 that I showed you earlier. I keep a brand new one as a backup. So that's my screwdriver drawer. So that concludes the top half. And I've got like 4 minutes left. So, all right, going down. I'm gonna try to make this fast. My wrench drawers. This is my metric Cobalt ratcheting wrenches in both the large, and I've got gear wrench in the minis. I've got some Cobalt non-ratcheting minis. I've got the ignition in millimeters. The non-ratcheting metric wrenches, I got a huge set of those, all Cobalt. These things are really nice wrenches, man. They're just a touch longer than the standard wrenches, which I like. It gives you leverage, but they're very nice wrenches. And then, but they're continuing on, had a lot of skips, so I got the Icon because my Cobalts stop at 19, and I got the Cobalts because they pick up at, or I'm sorry, the Icons, they pick up at 20 millimeter, and they don't have skips. So for my bigger metrics, I got the Icons. Got Cobalt crow's foot. I got those double boxes from Northern. You'll see why going down. And then down here, I got some loose tools. I got the sockets and crow's foot because I got that serpentine belt tool from Harbor Freight Pittsburgh. The thing's great, so I keep that together. That was my metric. My standard drawer, pretty much the same layout. Non-ratcheting wrenches, Cobalt, and I've got a full set of those, including the Big Mamas. Over here for the ratcheting wrenches, same thing. I cannot find a 13/16 ratcheting wrench from Cobalt to save my ass from anywhere. I've got the little ignition wrenches, same thing again. I got gear wrench minis. I've got Cobalt minis that are non-ratcheting. My double boxes down here are Snap-on, and these things are awesome. The chrome finishes like a mirror. They're so beautiful. But these are standard double box, and I got the full set of those. And I got the standard Cobalt screw feet. I got the flare nut in Snap-on standard. It's a full set plus an extra, I think 3/4 and 11/16 or something. I've got doubles of those, but it's a full set. And then I've got another 3/4 box bone wrench. So that's it for that one. My next wrench drawer down. Here's going to be my line wrenches. They're Craftsman. We got them in metric and standard. I've got Spline Drive Icon, double flex, double way ratcheting wrenches. These things, you got to have these long wrenches. They're so awesome. I've got an old school set of Snap-on OEXs, standard. I think it's a complete set. There's a couple. There's one in there, the 9/16. I guess it was warrantied out. It's a little newer design, but full set of Snap-on. And then 15/16 and 1-inch are Craftsman. I've got some Snap-on double boxers down here. I've got them for 3/8, 7/16, 1/2 inch, and 9/16. But they're the long double box, so you can get good torque. These are awesome wrenches. And then down here, I got double open ends. It's kind of like a set, but I'm missing a couple. They're Snap-on as well, and they're double open ends. So, but those are my Snap-on wrenches there. Love those. Then I got a couple of oddball wrenches back here. So, and then down here, that's my pretty much my SAE stuff. I got 3/8 impacts. Those are Cobalt. My 1/2 inch are Cobalt. My short 1/2 inch is from Harbor Freight. My big 2.5 is a Cornwell. My 1/2 inch drive chromes. It's the same with my chromes up there. They're all Cobalt. Same situation, all chromes. I got some really long extensions there. All my extensions are either Icon, Cobalt, or a name brand.